Sportscar Championship. It is a brand new series here in Bubbles Kimi's Racing Enterprises, and this is the first stage of 3, and we are here in the MandlaRing.
Yes, welcome to the MandlaRing, ladies and gentlemen, here in South Africa. Like DJ said, for stage 1 of the World Sports Car Championship. It's the reason why it's called stages, by the way, for the people that don't know, this is a manufacturer's championship, not a driver's championship. So it's pretty much out of the 3 stages, whatever manufacturer has the most points wins. There are 4 manufacturers. There's Ferrari, Lola, Porsche, and Ford. From what we have learned, they are all equal, but if you want the best car, in my opinion, I'd recommend the Lola. Look out for them specifically. DJ, do you have a manufacturer to look out for?
Same thing. I mean, look who's on pole. It's the number 2, Anthony Anderson. And you know what car he's driving?
A Lola.
Exactly. I think they're going to do some damage today. And before we start, we're going to quickly go over the points. So these are only 4 constructors. So the first place driver will get 9 points for their constructor. Second place will get 6. Third will get fourth. Fourth will get third. Fifth will get second. And sixth will get first. And double points will be awarded in stage 3 of this season. So
yes.
But
you know,
oh, I'll let you go.
Speaking of Anthony on pole, let's go to the starting lineup, shall we?
I think we'll do the top 5 because I think we're going green any second, but yeah.
All right. Let's see it. On the pole, like DJ said earlier, is the Lola of Anthony Anderson, the number 2 Lola. Put it on pole about 20 minutes ago after qualifying. And second, we have the Ferrari. That is Chesko. Qualified second in the beautiful number 22 Scuderia Ferrari. And then in third, we have our only Ford in the top 5. That's Bubble. Starting third. Rillup in fourth and Zed in fifth. That is your top 5. As DJ, we are getting ready.
Indeed we are. We have gotten the readies in chat. It seems like everyone's ready. The countdown has started.
Timer's up.
And here we go. The lights are going to be... I think they're going out right now. The yellow's out.
And... the green light is on. We are underway at the MandlaRing.
I'll tell you, it's a good start from everyone. I'm not seeing anyone fall back too far, thankfully. Gotta keep it organized into turn 1. You have a lot less turning than you expect into this corner, especially with all this dirty air.
Yes, it is a great start for the number 2 Lola. That is Anthony, Chesko, and Bubble. There's Bubble already on the inside of Chesko into turn 1. Look at the Ford. Is he going to get Anthony as well? Side by side for the lead already. We've got a car off. That's Ollie. Oh, more cars off. That's Dale and Prime.
But side by side for the lead here, Anthony and Bubble. Who's it going to be out of this corner? Oh, Anthony's going to shove him off the track. And Chesko is going to make a daring move. And Anthony is going to lose 2 spots potentially. I think Chesko might back out as Bubble in the lead now.
This is the smallest part. This is the slowest corner of the track.
3 wide in the back.
Oh, 3 wide at a castle section. That is really dangerous as Bubble has the lead. It is a recommended strategy to ride the curb through most of these corners. As we start to single out, we got more battle. That's the Porsche of Rarez, the only Porsche. Oh, Grace!
Oh, yeah, that was unfortunate. Zed got pushed off the track a bit, and then he came back, and Grez was there. Just unfortunate for the 2 of them. They both lost a ton of positions. And as we look further back, I think Dale had a problem or something. He's way out of the pace, and so is Grez. Grez is stopped on track.
I think they may have gotten the CC. The CC penalties in this series are really, really ruthless. They can make or break your whole race. That's somebody off the track.
Oh.
That's a Ferrari.
Yeah, is he? I think he might be frozen. That's such a...
But who?
That'd be my only explanation.
That's Robloxian.
Wow, he's disqualified.
Robloxian. Well, that's the first DNF of the whole series. As I take a look in the back, we got some side-by-side action going. No, we did. Rarez in the grass, and there's little man in a hurry. What's up, little man? Welcome.
Hello,
Welcome.
little man.
Yeah, unfortunately missed the green flag, but we'll have a pretty good race here. So
Yeah, it's an all bubble lead right now. But I think he's one of only 3 Porsches in this field. The other two
He's a
being
Ford.
Perez and
DJ,
Dale,
he's a
which are
Ford.
both in 14th and 15th right now. So he's carrying Ford's back right now. So if I don't know who the owner of Ford is, Henry Ford. I think he might be dead at this point, but I'm hoping that Bubble is able to just keep it clean here and just get us these points, and maybe Grez and Dale can start helping him out or in the next few races, because I don't think they're going to do anything right now.
Yes, that is partially true. As now as we take a look at the Lola going down the long straightaway, Robloxian receives the disqualification for disconnecting into the first corner.
Herrera's got a really bad run out of the last corner. It looks like it's been passed by about 4 people.
I was going to say something. But
Side by side. What can the Lola do? Oh, Bubble into the grass.
In the back.
As you know, Little Man, you've been showing up to the... I don't know if you've been showing up, Little Man and DJ. I don't know if you guys have been showing up to the test races, but it is really easy to gain time and lose time at this track, as we see there Anthony to the lead here at the MandlaRing. But here comes Bubble once again. Honestly, we could see battles all day.
And there are battles all throughout the field.
From the test races the past couple of nights, it seemed like Michael and Chesko were the guys to beat. Anthony, I'm not sure, was a part of all those things, but he obviously has some natural pace, so I'm a little bit surprised to see him up here with the leaders, but, you know, good for him, taking it to Michael and Chesko, who I thought was going to run away with it.
I mean, who won trucks last night? Anthony Anderson, you know, I think he's just always quick no matter the track, and as I say that, Chesko is right on his rear. See if he's able to make a move. Chesko is a Ferrari, Anthony is a Lola. Similar looking liveries, but very different manufacturers.
See it in the turn one. Can we get something to happen? Will Chesko get around him? Momentarily, it's a no, but here, the corner exit. This is something you must get in every single one of these laps to make it a good lap. Corner exit is more important in these cars than sometimes corner entry.
Ooh, and that's a bad run for Anthony. Chesko's going to have a good run here. And Anthony just gives it up. Yeah.
Chesko will take the second position as he's hunting Bubble. Oh, Anthony, will that give the chloride cut penalty? It will not. No CC for that.
Yeah, there's a really powerful line through that little carousel corner, and it's kind of hooking your right sides on the other part of the curve as it slopes downward, and you actually won't get corner cut there if you can hook it and you can ride it like a train track. So that's what you see from Anthony right there. Brought him back into contention with Chesko. That is the line.
Yes, thank you, Little Man. As now the top three is Michael, Chesko, and Anthony. Is a Ford, Ferrari, and Lola. We have not seen anything interesting from the Porsche. Where is that Porsche? That is Iron Reyes, who has fallen all the way down to the 11th position. The highest finished placed Porsche right now is, I think that is 10th. That is Prime.
Yeah.
All the way back to the 10th position. So honestly, guys, I think the Porsches are going to be struggling through these 3 stages.
Yeah, and he's currently behind. I mean, he's behind Solar right now. I mean, you know, top 6 get points, and he's currently 6 seconds off even getting points, you know. I think the Porsches need to really change up their strategy going into the next round. This is not what they need.
It's now as we are focusing back on the lead. Mike, oh, Chesko goes off. That's going to give Anthony second place once again. The Lola's Anthony, the pole sitter, will take the fastest lap currently. But now as we enter the castle section.
Oh, Michael's really wide. Chesko's the only one running the real line. He's got right back up to the back of him.
Oh, brother, we're getting some sketch action going on.
And you can kind of do it through that little hairpin as well, but it's tough. It's just about as equal as some of the other lines through that corner.
Yes, now coming out of this little carousel and into the final few corners.
Touch there from Chesko and Anthony. Bubble was I think that was not a great exit. I think Anthony is gonna have momentum. Let's see if he can make a chance at 1.
This is current.
He may be a little bit far away from Michael Anthony, but Chesko certainly will have a dive at Anthony, I feel. And you can really send it into turn one because of how wide the track is, because of how long this corner is. There are a lot of lines, and a dive bomb is something you've got to defend if you're Anthony. It looks like he's going for it on Michael. Ooh, whoa, pretty tight move right there. Michael's giving him some grace to let him have the line.
That was a great move from Anthony.
We saw something like that, actually, funny. Early in a test race, I believe, 2 days ago, Kimi made a move like that on Bubble, and they sent them both around. But I'm glad this time it actually stuck, as now Anthony back to the lead here at the MandlaRing.
Well, Puff, it's also worth noting, you know, we still have 50 minutes left of this race. Bubble has a chance here. So is it really worse to, you know, fight for that position as hard as you can, or just start getting in his draft and, you know, let him carry you along for the rest of the stint?
You know, I don't really have a good answer for that, because, you know, honestly, the lead is, like, honestly, in my opinion, sometimes the most important position. Sometimes it could be second, especially if you get a great run out of the final corner. But honestly, I think if you stay in first and just hold it, well, you never know what could happen at the end. Honestly, although I did forget to ask somebody this question, Little Man, do you have a pick to win manufacturer-wise?
Personally, I was going to go with Michael before this started. I felt like the battles were going to be between... Oh, so that would be Ford. Sorry, your question was about the manufacturer. So I would go with Ford because of Michael. I thought he was going to beat out Chesko, but I had no idea that Anthony would be as good of a contender as he is. So Ferrari, I think, will take the battle to Ford, and it won't be so easy for Michael and the Ford manufacturer.
All right, as we got a close battle, well, not really close, but somewhat battle for second. The Ford and the Ferrari, that is Chesko and Michael. Now they are almost about a second to a half a second gap from second to third, as Chesko with an amazing corner exit into the castle section. This is the tightest turn on the circuit. There's one corner you don't want to mess up. You see, look at that line Chesko is doing. That is what you should be doing in that corner.
Sorry to interrupt, but there is a move for P5 right now. Ollie has passed Nico and is currently chasing down Napa right now. Nico is currently the last person to receive points, and he is a Ferrari. I think Shanks to Lola, so that's going to be more points for Lola, as Anthony is leading right now, which is great for Lola, but we have action up front.
Yeah, just to make a correction, I thought that Anthony was in the Ferrari earlier, so really what I meant to say is Lola taking the battle Ford, which I thought would only be a Ferrari opportunity. So honestly, I thought Ford was going to beat out Ferrari with Michael against Chesko, but Anthony kind of putting a stoke into that plan with Ferrari to beat out Ford. He may even take both of them.
We have our first pitter, Grez, in that, I'm blinking on it.
That is a Ford.
Ford. It's a very long pit stop here. It could be anywhere from a minute to 3 minutes. You know, you can only have a couple guys over the wall. You know, you got to give the guys some water, you know, to continue on. It's a long pit stop, and these drivers know it and are prepared for it. So we can easily see him go 1 or 2 laps down. But what's crucial is everyone will have to do it. So that is something to consider later in this race, as he is currently just waiting to continue his race right now.
Let's take a look in the back. There's a 3-car battle that is about the 10th position. That is Solar, Prime, and Zed. A Porsche, a Lola, and a Ferrari. We have not talked about Porsche much at all this race because they're not performing pretty well so far this race, but you can never expect anything in these now 48 minutes to go.
And the Porsche should perform pretty well. I was in the Porsche in all the test races and up there with Michael and Chesko, and it's something of a driver error at the moment, the fact that they're not really on pace and getting good points. So there is performance in the Porsche, but right now they are struggling, and I'm sure Prime might be struggling a lot with the dirty air with so many people in front of them, and Solar battling Zed in front of them, so that is part of it, but that Porsche should come up.
Well, Prime also does have good tires. You know, tires are going to matter, and he has 4% better than Bubble right now, who is currently the leader. So, yeah, he might be off the pace right now, but if he's trying to save tires, which I have no clue if he is, you know, he could try and make it on a 1-stop, maybe a 2-stop, and, you know, maybe that Porsche can make something special happen and get a top 6 by the end of the day. Perez exits the pits.
Yes, Grez in the Ford finally comes out of pit road, but he is now trapped 1 lap down. That is something that is really difficult. Actually, well, when pit stop cycle comes around, it'll be kind of simple to get back. But if if he gets lapped at the end, there's no point of being unlapped unless you're really lucky and have a good break. As that's Chesko.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, what the John? I think he got a corner cut. No, wait, no, he just went off. He went way off. That's gonna give Michael about a 1-2 second gap. Coming out of the penultimate corner and into the last turn. There goes Anthony into the final corner. The previous lap, I saw him cut all the way below to the pit exit to break the dirty air as he is coasting. Anthony is lifting. He is not. Oh wait, no, never mind. No, he's not. I was looking at the turn, not the gas and brake. In turn 1, Anthony continues to lead the field from the MandlaRing. Here, 46 minutes to go, so we are about 14 minutes into this race.
You know, I actually have a story about Anthony. So, when we were in smaller leagues, you know, what he would do is when qualifying would start, and he would join really late, and you could think, oh, was he doing something else? Yeah, he was practicing the track at the same time. So, I think that just shows the dedication that he has to his craft, as he's currently pulled like almost a 4-second lead on Michael right now, and he's just a class of the field right now in that Lola. Oh wait, got stuck on the curb.
That is also something that's been happening. Thanks for reminding me. I forgot to mention something like that. That is something that's been happening a lot. It's happened to me. It's happened to Little Man. Have you been stuck on the curb before while driving these cars?
I have, yeah. It's the same kind of concept I was talking about in that carousel, where you want to hook and treat it like a train track. That sort of thing, that phenomenon, can happen on the entry curb, and it will hook you and will restrict you from being able to turn into the corner. So you have to be careful about the downward slope of the outside part of the curb, because it will just hook you around.
Yes,
Has
no.
Dale DNF'd? I don't see him on the spectate. I think he might DNF'd.
Oh, yeah. Dale, come on out.
Yeah, he's gonna be. That's one of the Fords gone. I mean, not the day for Ford, has it? Ugh. It's not good for them. Completed about 10 laps right now, so wonder how many we're gonna complete by race ends.
You never know with the MandlaRing. You could come in, you gotta pick every now and then. It takes about 20 or so laps before your tires are really shot. I mean, look at Anthony's right now. He's at 51% already.
It's crazy. And look at Chesko's. He's at 63.
And we're only 10 laps in.
And it could be part of people just really using more of their tires if they're doing a lot of braking and turning more than another person. I think that's been part of why we've seen such a big discrepancy in tire wear, especially in the test races. It seemed like some of the slower guys were having a lot more life in their tires. I just don't think they're using enough of it.
Well,
battle for fourth,
a little bit of a counter. You know, Chesko's only like 6-7 seconds back from Anthony right now, so yeah, he might not be using all of his tires, but I think he's using them more efficiently than Anthony right now, which could really help him later in the race.
We got a duel for fourth. Sorry to cut you off there. We got a duel for fourth right now. Into the final corner. Ollie's going to take the fourth position away from Napa, but is he going to crawl back and get it back into turn 1 we go?
I think he's losing time. I think Ollie's got this.
You never know. Turn 1, we've seen some sends. You know, we saw one on the race start with Michael sending it in on Anthony. Into the first corner they go.
Yeah, if you're within about 50 meters, that send is on because of how big the braking zone is and because of how many different lines you can take it on. He just shoved him off
the track.
He just forced him off the racetrack. Let's see if anything will happen to that or about that.
Oh, he's fully skipped. Wow, he is so lucky to be in the race, man. He fully skipped that corner. I was wondering when someone was going to spin off of that. I've been seeing it throughout the field, and Napa just got away with it.
Driver's side
no damage at all, but he only hit his side pod. Usually, if he hit that head on, though, little man and DJ, done. You're out.
Oh,
Certainly, and Napa just had that phenomenon we were talking about earlier. He's on that outside part of the curb and is restricting this turn in the hairpin. He may be under pressure from Nico in a second. We go back a couple cars, back to Zed. They're backed up pretty well. Zed on the back of, I think that's Rare. I can't remember who passed by.
That is Honey. That is Honey.
Honey. Yeah, I'm not sure all the names, but Nico has gone off again, another problem. So he's going to be under pressure in the last corner. But you don't want to be side by side in the last corner. That is so sketchy. Very tight and fast in the last corner. I've seen people go off. Ford went off in the test race being side by side.
Here comes Honey, though. He's going to get past Nico. If you look at the timer real quick, they came across the line at the exact same interval, 28.867 seconds behind the leader. Into turn one, will Nico get the send? I don't think he will. He will stay in the 7th position. But we don't know. Into this corner, usually the overtakes happen here.
Yeah, this is a really tight spot to be. You basically just want to prioritize the exit if you're Nico. Give yourself a shot into this carousel corner. It looks like Honey got out of there really well, so he's probably not going to be under pressure here. Next opportunity is really that hairpin after this corner.
That was a great corner from Honey. Oh, but they both go off. Here comes Zed.
This is going to be a pretty tight battle. They're starting to back up into Zed and into Rillip.
This is getting sketchy.
Look at their tires. They're all below 50, and Zed has below 40 now.
Oh, Zed's going to apply the bumper to Nico.
Oh, Honey's off again.
Honey.
He might be passed. He might be passed before the last corner. Oh, this is going to be very
outside.
This is kind of where people get shoved off.
Little man.
I can't believe they made it through it. Usually people get shoved off there. Let's see if anyone has a sniff at both of them into one. Nico was with him at around 50-meter mark to make the sit if he wanted.
I'm wondering if will Nico have the guts to do it?
I think he will. He's going to try and get a good exit for this corner, but Honey will send it, and so will Rilla behind.
The two Ferrari teammates.
So Ferrari
Rilla did a great job.
The ball right now. Ooh, he does not want to see that.
Rares on pit road. I just saw that.
Honey's off.
Rares blew a tire, actually. That's why he was down pit road.
What percent do you blow tires at? Like 20?
0.
How did he go down to 0? Did he hit the wall or something, maybe?
Because now there's Zed on Honey and Rillup on Nico. We got 2 battles currently going on in the back.
Oh, no, wait. Look at the... I think Rare's got damage. Yeah, look at the back of that car.
No, when you blow a tire, your car does that. Oh wait, yeah, there's a little bit of damage, little man. Little man, DJ, if you take a look at the back of his car, it's like a crack.
Yeah, I feel like that should have been a yellow, but maybe he managed to get it back to pit lane, thankfully.
That's real damage. Wait,
yeah.
hold up. Let me go check on one of the other Porsches.
Yeah,
there's 2 Porsches.
Just taking a look at Prime in the 37 Porsche, he definitely doesn't have that crack, that separation bumper.
Yeah, that's damage.
Yeah, I mean the back's like fully off of it, kind of. Not
now, as I'm on board with Rillup right now. Is into turn 1. He's right in front of Honey and Zed. Is he going to apply the bumper to his team? Oh, what is Honey doing? He is just eating all the grass in that Lola engine.
And guys,
side.
The final position in these points. This matters a lot right now. Oh, Rillup with a really bad corner, though.
Ooh, very good exit. And it's probably my favorite
monster exit.
Look at these three Ferraris. What the sketch?
Yeah, that's the advantage of flipping that curb. That's what allowed Rillup to get to the inside, but he's not going to have the preferred line as Zed. Although he's really hung it around the outside. How about that? I haven't seen someone pull off the outside move on merit around the hairpin, but that was really good rotation from Rillup.
Bit of concern for Zed though. He's currently at 31% tires right now. And you know, if I'm these drivers, I'm trying to get to like around the 30-minute mark to make this on one more stop. So he's going to have to deal with these tires for maybe 1 or 2 more laps before he can think about coming in.
Look at Honey on his Lola teammate of Ollie. They're really close. We're probably going to see an overtake. He's got a run. He's going to bump draft into turn 1. I think you can bump draft in these cars, if I'm not mistaken, as there's going to go Honey around the inside of Ollie. He's going to run off. That's good. It's the 5th position now for Honey.
Yeah, I was a little confused on why he bumped Ollie going into turn 1 instead of just getting side by side, but in the end it worked out for him. Ollie off in the exit of turn 3. He's going to be under pressure from Rillup going in the carousel again. That's something that's so easily you can mess up on the exit of turn 3 going into the grass. If you do it, it could be the difference of 10 or more miles an hour, and then you're under pressure.
Now as we come at it, look at this almost 5-car pack. All they need to do is catch up to Honey, and we'll have an almost 5-car battle for about the 6th to 5th position.
A little bit. Oh, Zed! I think Zed just smacked the wall, to be honest.
I saw that too up the corner of my.
You can ruin your race off that. You can smack the wall and get a ton of damage. That happened to me in one of the races. And it's all about coming into that corner right after that hairpin. If you don't set it up well and then you're on that flat right-hander, it's easy to go wide if you don't have your entry lined up correctly. And that's exactly what happened to Zed. He's lucky to get away with no damage there.
Look at his tires right now. You hear that in Chesko? He has 20% less tires than Chesko. And I mean, I know Zed has been in battles all race, but, you know, that's still a lot of tires. Especially when Chesko was up front battling at the beginning of the race.
Well, this has nothing to do with it, but Reyes is still on pit road.
Yeah, it could take up to 5 minutes. You know, they have to bring the hammers from the truck. The truck's in the infield and start smashing that car back into place and try and remove the damage. That's so unfortunate.
Rillup on the inside of Ollie. Can he take the position? Yes, he can. Wait, no, around he goes Ollie for the crossover. But now he's going to catch up on Honey. This is a really good battle. There's Nico and Zed. Oh my god, we're going to have a 5-car battle. What the sauce.
Yeah, basically 5th through 9th. No one can really pull away from each other on pace. Everyone's just kind of getting in front and making a mistake, and it brings the guys behind back into contention. So if any one of these guys can run a couple consistent laps, they'd probably leave this group.
Rillup got a corner cut.
Whoa. Wow. Message over to team radio. We have to censor it. He is angry right now, and look at this. He's going to fall all the way back to almost where Grez is.
Now will Ollie get it back on his Lola teammate. These Lolas have been really good so far. Even though we got Lola leading, we got 2 in the points. I think all Lolas are in the points right now.
No, I don't think Solar's in the points. He's currently in 10th right now.
Here comes Ollie. What a move!
It's so easy to get ambitious with the throttle, and I think that's what's happened to Honey there. He has ran out of road on the exit. That's such an easy pass to give to Ollie. If he could just run a couple of clean laps, he could leave this group because they're continuing to make mistakes behind him. Nico went off in the exit of turn 3.
As now, let's take a look. That is Rillup on pit road. He will go 1 lap down now. So our first Ferrari will take the lap down as we focus back on this little pack. That is Zed. Can the 23 Ferrari make the move on the number 6 Lola? We'll have to find out. Usually it's turn 1 and this corner coming up where the passing happens.
I don't know, 11% tires. If I'm Zed, I'm gonna come in this lap. You know, like I want to get off of these tires and have an advantage off of the people around me.
Let's see who come. Will any of these guys come onto pit road this time by?
Really so far. Zed and Honey. Zed and Honey.
Let's make sure they don't get speeding penalties. Yep, they'll both make it onto pit road safely.
Here we go. These are long pit stops, so they're gonna be here for a minute. They could go and grab a soda or something. As I think, what's happened with Honey? He's just hit Rillup and missed his pit box.
We got Solar on pit road and Prime. So this is around the time you make your pit stops. Got Bubble catching Anthony. It was, last time I checked, it was a 4-second gap. I think it's about maybe 2, 3. Coming into the final corner.
He's definitely within a couple seconds here.
Oh, Anthony on pit road. That's going to give Bubble the... No, Bubble fakes him out. He's also going to go down pit road.
Oh, but is he going to slow down?
Bubble takes
That's a lot of confidence, I think, from Michael to go into the pits with Anthony. I would expect him of undercut or overcut to do something different, but he is confident he can catch him even in the dirty air. So
there's Chesko. Chesko also on the pit road.
I would have stayed out another lap if I was Chesko. I had such good tires. I would have wanted to have an advantage, but we'll see what he does.
I think Anthony may get the jump on Bubble.
Well, we have a new race leader. Look who it is. It's a number 34. 34. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a number 34.
That's
that. What is that? I think that's a Porsche.
No, Napa is in the Ford.
Yeah, that's a Ford. That's the Ford GT40.
Okay, I didn't write that down on my.
I'm focusing on these pit stops as you guys can continue focusing on the race. I'm focusing on the pit road right now, see if anything's gonna happen.
Yeah, that race off pit road is probably going to be the most compelling part.
Somebody despawned their car.
We are just waiting to see what's going to happen. You know, these drivers can get out of their car, you know, stretch for a bit, maybe have some tea, get back in, and maybe have a bit of time left.
Any one of those guys could have done something different from the other, those top 3 drivers, and none of them did.
I'll tell you, I really think Chesko should have. He had 15% better tires. I would have stayed out another lap.
Rillup goes out. He could cut Anthony, which is what he will do.
Yeah. I think he's unlapped himself from Anthony, though.
Oh, Zed jumped out of his car. We found out the man who jumped out of his car. That's Honey now coming out of the pit road. So Rillup on possibly could be the final stop for him, unless he can make one more to play it safe. That's Ollie and Nico on the onto the pit road. Anthony finally comes out.
He only took one thing of fuel. He didn't take 2, so that could be a little bit of an advantage for him.
Bubbles orange.
He's really outpaced Michael in the pits because of that decision.
Bubbles should have stayed out one more lap. That's what we are. That's what I think. What we all collectively agreed on. As I'm focusing on Rillup, because I think when pit stops end, Rillup will cycle around to the lead.
No, I think I think he unlapped himself while passing Anthony in the pits. I think he was unlapping himself because Anthony, he was really starting to catch the back of the pack. So, I mean, we'll have to see, but I don't think Rillup's gonna cycle in the lead.
And I'm really not sure what's going on with Chesko and Michael to be so far behind when Anthony did the pits.
Little man, I'll tell you, these pit stops vary from time to time. It could be anywhere from a minute to 3 minutes in pit lane. So I think Anthony just got really lucky with his pits, you know. His team was there and prepared for the pit stop. And I think Michael and Chesko are just having to wait their time patiently unless they took 2 gallons of fuel for some reason, as Michael comes out now.
Well, that's almost a full lap, guys. And it is going to be a full lap because Anthony's at the line. It'll be way past Chesko, and we just got word that he took less than what Michael and Chesko did. But boy, if he can get to the end, 28 minutes left, he's got a lap on everybody.
Yeah, Michael, 2 gallons of fuel. I think he only needed to take 1. He was at 4. I'm not entirely sure what the play is here, but we'll have to see. As I think Chesko's coming out. No, he's still in the pit lane.
I think Napa is pitting this time. If you take a look at 15%, 2.2 gallons of fuel. It'd be a recommended move to pit.
1 gallon.
Well, certainly the overcut it looks pretty in your favor if you can do an overcut like Napa did. If you can take less and get out of the pits as quickly as someone like Anthony did, Napa may be cycling through pretty favorably from where he was.
And where has Napa been all day? Chilling in P4 in a world of his own, honestly. So this could suddenly become Napa's race if everything starts going his way in the next 5 minutes, honestly.
Chesko's finally out, by the way. He's just exiting 1, going into 2. That is heartbreaking for him in his race and the Ferrari.
Napa on pit road.
Well, let's see. Anthony's coming out of the final corner. We'll see how many laps down he is from Napa. So he's
1.
only a lap down. So he needs to circle around before Napa can get out of the pit lane.
Bubble is 2 laps down.
Wow. Who's even second to Anthony right now?
Well, so Anthony is really the one who has lapped everybody. It shows Michael 2 laps down because that was after Napa came to the pits, which was after the line. So he will get that lap back, and Anthony will be the leader. But it's still absurd, the fact that Anthony got out as far as he did. Really, this battle might be between Napa and Chesko for P3, and then Michael and Easy P2. I can't imagine anyone taking anything to Anthony.
Well, Anthony does need a save, and there is always that possibility that a yellow can come out. You know, we didn't think there was going to be one at Daytona, but unbelievably there was, and I think there's just an element of, you know, roadblocks that comes into play, so we'll have to see. Where's Anthony right now? So Anthony is rounding the final couple of corners, and Napa's still in the pit lane. Oh, he's going a little bit slow, though. I think Anthony is going to get this jump on Napa, but I think it's really important to see how far behind is Napa going to be from Anthony.
Now here comes Anthony out of the final corner and onto the pit straight.
And guys, if I think the timing board is showing that Honey has circled up to P2 right now.
Currently, yes. That's what it shows on the timing board. Honey is 3rd currently, as soon as Napa could get out of pit road and beat Anthony out, but you never know, as he is still on the pit lane.
So it's important to note, Grez is on an alternate strategy right now. He came in for fuel and tires like on lap, like within like the first 15 minutes, so he probably will need a pit again.
Just speaking of Grez, he's going to go into turn 1 now. It's currently, provisionally, your leader. Anthony just came out of the castle section and is only a few corners away from the front straightaway. Napa is still yet to get out of pit road. Little man, any thoughts?
You know what? I actually think Anthony was 2 laps down, so he needs to pass Napa this time by to be the leader. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's a bit weird looking at the pit cycles because of how long the actual pit stop takes. But as we cycle back through, it'll be, I think, as I said before, it would be Napa possibly fighting Chesko for P3, but everyone being a lap under Anthony.
Yeah. And now Anthony does retake the lead here. And the only person on the same lap as him right now is Napa and Honey, so we'll have to see where Napa comes out, because Anthony is catching Honey a bit. Where's Honey right now? He's currently in the castle section or nearing it, and Anthony is like 2 or 3 corners behind, so again, it's going to be a waiting game to see what happens as Napa is just waiting to get out of... Oh, here we go. Napa's out of pit lane. He took 2 gallons and 4 tires. 2 gallons, 4 tires.
As currently, Honey is in a sandwich right now with Nico and Reyes. Reyes is 5 laps down in the Porsche, missing... Oh, Honey just moves him out of the way.
I think, if I'm right, I think this pass between Chesko and Napa is for position. I'm not completely sure because of how confusing the pit cycles have been. But I think it's, as I said, for a battle for P3 right now between these two.
As now as we see it into probably the best section of the track. Who's going to have the better exit? It's looking to be
Grez is
Napa.
slow right now. I
Oh,
think he's hit a
Grez is
slowdown.
way slow on the racetrack.
Yeah, he's hit a slowdown. Yeah, so that is for P3. Napa is where's Napa? Yeah, this is for P3. So Honey has circled up to P2 somehow.
Bubble is still 1 lap down. I think that'll stay for the whole race. But 22 minutes to go. This race has been in the favor of Team Lola and Anthony Anderson so far here at the MandlaRing for stage 1 of 3 in the World Sports Car Championship. Let's take a look. That is Honey right there in the second position.
Napa's off and he's giving it up to Chesko. Chesko is probably going to run away with this for a little bit.
As we take a look, Chesko in the Ferrari, Napa in the Ford. Into the final corner. He's trying to break the draft. Napa's going to stay on his line.
Oh,
so this all looks about right, other than Honey. So what I thought was going to be a net P3 for Chesko and Napa to fight over, I guess maybe Honey has lucked out so much through the pit cycle he's jumped all of them.
I think he also only took like 1 gallon or something. He must have less tires and less gallon is what we're hearing from his crew chief actually. So is this the move for Honey, or will he blow a tire or something on the white flag? Only time will tell to see if he can get a P2 and make. And this could be a Lola 1-2 right now.
You know, if someone was going to take, I think if someone was going to take less, I would have expected it to be Napa. I haven't been like one of the last people to pit, but he filled all the way up. I think he would have been well clear of Chesko to have taken less. But instead, he's going to be behind him for a little bit.
And do we
No, I don't know.
I'll let you go.
No, you can continue, man. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, you know, what's the possibility that a yellow could come out? I mean, we saw Napa smack the wall. I mean, you heard our reactions. We thought he was done for the day, and we've seen Rares was damaged. I just wonder, you know, what's gonna happen? Like, are these people gonna wreck as Rares hits a slowdown? Currently slow.
No, I'd say these guys are pretty well skilled enough to not make any mistakes. All these drivers are really well skilled when it comes to these cars from all the past test races we've had. So honestly, I don't think we'll be accident prone for these 3 stages. But I think we'll be momentarily calm as now coming out of the fall.
And now this is for position, I think.
No, that's put him a lap down.
Honey. Yeah, this is for
but
position.
This is for second right here. Michael and Honey into the final corner. Oh, great corner exit from Bubble. He's going to take it. On the outside. He's going to take it.
Yeah, that was a really good run to get out of the last corner there.
So Bubble slides into second. These guys are both 1 lap down, but that's not going to stop them from battling for second place points for their manufacturer.
I mean,
Michael's developing a small gap. Great corner exit.
Like, how much fuel are you losing a lap? Like, if you're Anthony, you have, what, 10 gallons remaining? Like, are you starting to get nervous, or, you know, do you feel fine that you can make it comfortably to the end?
Well, I think we just have to watch a little bit to see what kind of fuel burn that he has over lap. I haven't stayed on board with him long enough to see what he's actually burning. But the time for the race is quickly turning down, and I can't imagine that his strategy is so off that he wouldn't be able to make it secure this P1.
Yes, now coming into the penultimate corner is Michael and Honey. These two are in a still close battle. Look at Honey with the almost perfect corner exit. He's going to get into the grass just a little bit. That's going to give Michael a small gap. Into the final corner, these two go.
Yeah, that small little touch of the right tires into the grass is, it's not nothing, it's not negligible, it's a lot. It can change your ability to be fighting in front of you to being under pressure from behind. And right now, it probably took an opportunity away for Honey to sit in turn 1. He's well behind Corset here.
Now in the turn 1, ooh, no, he's not thinking. He's thinking for a later corner. Probably castle section as no bubbles go. Horrible corner exit for Michael. That's going to give Honey the advantage.
See what he can do here. I think, yeah, Bubble just ran such a good line. I think Honey's going to have to wait for the main straightaway now, but I think Bubble's like full lift right now.
That's the recommended strategy for the straightaways. Just go full lift and then brake, as they both have great corner exits. This is an amazing battle for second.
I thought he was going to give Michael a bump there. Oh, and he's hit the grass.
He overdrove it a little too much.
That's one of the worst spots to go into the grass. I mean, every part of the track is bad to go into the grass, but in that fast section right off the hairpin, you lose a ton of time if you hit the grass on the exit, which is why Michael is pretty comfortably in front of him here.
Into the final corner. It's all clear, full steam ahead for Anthony. He has the entire field under 1 lap or longer.
I believe he crossed the line with 9.7 gallons, so we'll have to see what he looks like around on the next lap and see if there's any danger of his strategy coming to pieces. He is full coast.
Yes, he is approaching the Porsche of Prime. He is, I believe, 3 laps down.
He's full coast, probably about 400 meters from this carousel corner. Obviously, he doesn't need to worry about losing too much time saving. He just needs to make it to the end. But that is a lot of fuel saving from him.
And you know, he did win yesterday. Oh, is he gonna get a slowdown? No, he doesn't. But he could win all the races this weekend. I don't think anyone's ever done that. But Anthony could be the first if he can just hang on right now.
Well, there's also tomorrow, the Kart 2000 series returns. So, you know, if he wins that tomorrow, then he can say that I've done that.
I'll make sure to wreck him before he does that.
No. Now coming
about 0.6
out of the final corner. Almost 9 gallons of fuel. Do you guys think he can make it all the way?
Well, so if you're losing about half a gallon, maybe a little bit over, and you've got 9 gallons, you'd expect to go close to 18 laps. And with the lap time being well over a minute and 15 minutes left, I think if he just manages his saving the way he is, he should be just fine. I don't think he'd be in any pressure.
I completely agree. I mean, yeah, I think he could honestly go full push to the end. I don't think they're going to do another 10 laps. And even if you do, I think he burned like 0.8 that lap. I just don't see another 10 laps happening. I think Anthony is very well on his way to just winning by a whole lap right now. Unless the caution comes out.
Yeah, I think a caution is very unlikely, unless someone just really made a mess of things and became an obstruction on track after a bad wreck. But I don't think it's going to happen. I'd be really surprised if it did.
You know what they say, expect the unexpected.
Marcus here. I do want to report a battle that has been brewing, and I was watching it for a couple of laps. It is Rillup and Solar, both for the 7th position, and I mean, if anyone's going to get dicey, it's going to be them. They've been shoving each other off. They've been battling side by side, so just keep a little eye to them.
Thank you, Marcus. Now I'm going to focus on that. But now as we take a look, Solar has a pretty comfortable gap for now over Rillup. But, you know, you never could happen, especially into this castle section. This is where it happens. Yep, look at Rillup. Oh, he's going to apply the bumper. Oh, they're going to door bang just a little bit.
Not even fighting for points right now.
As just in case if anybody doesn't know, next stage takes us to West Germany for Hockenheim. The 1 hour of Hockenheim for stage 2 in West Germany, because this is 1967 and Germany was split in 2 at the time. But as we take a look, It is still, they're catching up. They're getting close to each other. Rillup and Solar into the final corner.
So he's closing, but like, again, you just really need a perfect corner out of like that. Not even the final corner. The second to last corner is where you get all the speed, and if you don't have it, yeah, you just can't really make a move into one. And I think Solar's lost a little bit of time. He took kind of a bad corner. Oh, Rillip's just hit the grass though.
He's gonna get it back swiftly.
One couple of battles we should really focus on that's actually in the points is Napa and Ollie and Chesko right behind. Ollie would have fallen off a good bit to be passed by the two of them.
Wow, I didn't even...
Now as we take a look, it is now kind of a battle a little man between Chesko and Ollie now, as Napa's kind of pulled away just a little bit, but now into the final corner. This can make or break whatever momentum you have. Into the final corner.
All of them will have to deal with a little bit of dirty air from Grez. Certainly you would want to be Napa in control of the battle right now. It is difficult to pass. If he didn't make any mistakes the next 10, 12 minutes, then you know, I would expect him to pull off this fourth position. But everyone has been so inconsistent past third and down. I think everyone would just be grouped up between these three again under a blanket in no time.
No, it's a long shot, but is there any chance that maybe, like, if one of these guys makes a mistake, Rillup and Solar they're only around 15, 20 seconds back, so it's not impossible for them to really be in this points conversation. Grez is so slow right now.
Their battle is definitely meaningful. You never know if the three of these guys might come together, if someone might come off, you know, pretty bad, or maybe even wrecked. You would want to be in that 7th position to pick up the pieces and get some points and have a good day. So that battle is not meaningless. But man, we're so close between these three because of the complications with Grez.
Chesko gives him a big old push there. Napa's able to just pull away as we see Chesko. He really wants to get past Grez right now, but Grez is on better tires right now because he pitted very recently, so he has no reason to get him out of the way as well. They're battling for a championship over the next few stages.
Well, Grez is so out of this. If I were Grez, I'd be thinking about making friends and not enemies for the next rounds because he's really not in contention for this anymore. But complications with having fresh tires with being a slower pace car is that you end up like this, where the faster guys may be able to get by you, but then maybe you actually start putting together consistent corners and get right back by them. So that's a frustrating deal to be in with these guys. If Grez just ever started getting on pace with them, he would pass them right back because of advantage.
Napa side by side, Ollie and the Lola. He will get past, but they're going to go both in the grass. That could give Chesko the partial, momentarily advantage into the castle section.
All of them with fairly good lines.
On a side note, Michael has just got past Anthony, who is in full save right now. I think Anthony's fearing he's not going to make it, but I'm like...
Ollie off the track! He's pushed off by Napa. That's going to give Chesko also the position. And then Grez is just, well, there to be there.
Yeah, Grez is just there, making things complicated again. I wouldn't be doing this. He's making Ollie take a...
Grez, big hit! Oh my god, he has a lot of damage. I think they might have...
track. No, I don't think we'll see a yellow if he can live it back to pit road.
Yeah, I think he'll get back. In that whole scuffle, Grez was sending it around the outside of Ollie, ran into the back of Chesko. I think he's basically out of the battle now, but boy, that was pretty bad etiquette, I think, from Grez to be in the middle of these three. And now Napa has ran away with his position for a little bit.
There's Ollie on the inside who's giving a little bit of bumper to Chesko. What the thought?
Grez is slammed in the back of Ollie. He's pushed him completely off.
That should be a drive-through for him.
That was awful. It's been questionable for Grez for a couple of laps now. That is just completely uncalled for. Terrible etiquette. Not anything you want to be doing as 3 laps down in 11th position.
That is not a good look for the Ford team. I see some Ferrari crew members not happy from that.
And you know what? Could this be a little bit of manipulation to help out his teammate Napa up ahead?
That's
Maybe.
a great point. It could be that. But you risk the sanctions against your team with some of this conduct. I don't know what they would say about that. But certainly, I think if that's on stream, we've got views of it. We have the ability to review, I'm sure, about what's going on.
Oh, Reyes is out. Well, that is our fourth DNF today. That would be Robloxian, Dale, Zed, and now Reyes. So we have had, I think, a car from all. I think we've had one of every man. No, we haven't yet. We've had 2 Ferraris, 1 Porsche, and 1 Ford. We just need to see a Lola DNF. Then we'll have every manufacturer DNF. But that's neither here nor there.
The other thing about that battle with these guys in 4th, 5th, and 6th, and Grez in 11th, the point about being a teammate trying to play that game, I think maybe a lot of what he was doing was probably permissible, maybe on the edge and a little bit annoying, not making any friends, but probably permissible. But that slam in the ollie that pushed him off track well wide of the corner in turn 1, that's the point that I think is going to be looked at. That's kind of a little bit over the edge. Not kind of. I think it's way over the edge.
That was
And
a
on
very...
Side note, they are actually catching Honey for 3rd right now.
They actually are. But back to that, little man, that is what you're supposed to do normally in that situation is go on the not preferred line and then just let them go past. You know, just have calm driver etiquette. Nah, I'm just going to send him.
And you
That's
know what?
exactly
I've
what
been in
happened
that
with Grez.
position. I've been in Grez's position. You know, you really want to battle these people, but that's not your battle. Even if it's your teammate, you know? Just let them by. You know, just chill. You know, maybe doom scroll if you're really bored. Just don't be in the way of anyone, you know? And you know what? People will like you, but you can't just be in the track and bump people off. That's a big no-no. And considering he's last of everyone running, it's a little bit embarrassing for
Oh,
Ford,
reel
to
up
be
way off. Reel up off track in the second corner. Is now 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here at the MandlaRing. Anthony has led pretty much the entire race, except a few laps. All right.
I think he's very good on tires and fuel right now. Unless he hits the wall, I don't imagine anything happening to this man.
Well,
Yeah,
his
I think
current,
we'll be fine.
like, if we look at his tires and fuel real quick, 5 gallons and 29%. I think it's full
he's
save
fine.
mode.
I'm sure that it's full save mode for Anthony, but looking at what Michael has to do to catch up to the back of him and pass him, I think he is still going to be fine.
Speaking of Michael, he is currently... Sorry, that Chili's is doing wonders to me. But he is currently going to go around roll up. Yeah, he's going to get out of the way there because he hit the
What's
corner. He's
happened
going to
with
get out of the
Roll?
way from Bubble.
Oh, he's hit the slowdown probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
slowdown.
100% hit that slowdown as now he's approaching. I think that is the Porsche. No, that's the white Ferrari of Nico.
Another thing you could do if you're Anthony, if you have a big enough lead, if it gets down to close to the timer running out around the lap that you're on, I think you could slow it up a little bit, secure yourself, put less lap of racing. That may be something Anthony should think about as we get close to the end. But other than that, I probably wouldn't complicate it too much if I were him. You just keep coasting, you keep running your line. I think you'll be okay.
But you can do it at a super speedway and 200-mile-per-hour tracks, and he could do it in 1967. Could call this man Mr. Time Travel at this point because he is winning in everything.
But yeah, you know, Anthony and the Lola. What are we considering Anthony? I know it's the first stage, guys, but are we considering Anthony a threat for the next 2 stages?
I think Anthony just being in the championship is enough of a threat, to be honest. He is willing to do what it takes to win these races, and I think this is just a perfect example. He's timed the strategy right. He's basically a full lap ahead of everyone. He has been absolutely on point in this race, and I think, you know what, he just deserves to win this. Even if he crashes right now, I would still view him as the winner because he's just been so good all day.
Personally, I think Anthony is almost always a threat because of his consistency in attendance, but also just on the track, picking up the pieces when he hasn't necessarily had the pace and other people have made mistakes. Here he does have the pace, and what we haven't seen is like a strategy masterclass of a race win for Anthony, and maybe we're going to see that today. So Anthony's showing that he has strengths across the board. It was something I didn't expect, but it certainly puts him in a position to be the one to beat, I would think, in this very short season we have.
Yeah, and what Little Man says, short season. It is really, really short. But remember, that final race is worth double. So these first two races, you really have to be on your game because even 1 point can make the difference with when the double points come into effect.
Yes, no, Anthony's. I think this is 2 laps to go.
I just don't think he'll slow up 30 seconds. Yeah, I don't know if he will, but you never know. Even if he does, Michael is, I'd imagine, just in the castle section.
He is entering the castle section. As we speak, he's approaching Nico, who is currently 7th place right now. He's approaching 7th place, Nico. So currently the points, it is actually 2 Lolas, no, 3, 1 Ferrari and 2 Porsche. That is points right now for the top 6.
And no Porsche. They're 8th and 10th right now. They did something wrong. Maybe driver, like Little Man said, but their whole strategy, they need to come into this next race and actually do something because they've been nowhere today, and you know you can't do that in a 3-race championship.
I just want to mention a thing you guys did miss just a second ago was Anthony kind of sending it off of that one corner where Napa sent it off. He didn't send it off completely, but I think he's running his car to the limit, and he was damn near close to losing that, but he's still good so far.
Yes, thank you, Marcus. Once again, coming out of the final corner, Anthony is going to see the white flag for the final lap here at the MandlaRing.
Okay, we see the flag man. Yeah, he's done it. I mean, stage 1, just dominant. He got the pole. I think he was also quickest in practice, I'd have to assume. I'll have to double check.
Let me go fact check that. But he has led the most laps.
Yeah, he was the only
Anthony
one to get
was
a
also the
125.
fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying. So he could have a perfect weekend.
And I wonder if he's had the fastest lap in the race. I think someone will have to see. Yeah. Oh, wait, guys, and look behind. Honey is losing to Napa. Napa, 4P3. He's going to get this right now.
Yes, Napa slides into the podium position. As now Michael is beginning his last lap. Yes, Anthony has the a 124.879. That is that's actually the fastest lap we've seen at all in this track in the MandlaRing. In the MandlaRing's like 3-week existence. Now, coming out of the final 2 corners, Anthony Anderson is going to have the perfect race coming down the final one of the final 2 straightaways, and into the final corner. Anthony is swerving his tires. He knows he's got this in the bag. Out of the final turn, Anthony Anderson is going to win stage 1 here at the MandlaRing.
Huge that Napa was able to get by Honey. Chesko's going to get by him. That's huge, guys. The Lola would have been 1 and 3, but Honey has gone back to what's going to be 5th place.
Napa will cross the line in the 3rd position. It'll be Chesko, then Honey. Now we wait for Bubble to cross the start-finish line, and we got the top 5. Where is Ollie? There he is. We're going to see 3 Lolas in the points. That is going to be amazing to kick off this season. Into the final corner for the Lola. He's going to go off, but that's not going to do anything. He will take home the final points.
And Michael currently approaching the final corner. I think he might go side by side with Perez. No, he's going to back out smartly. And after a good day, he'll get P2. Good effort from him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty big battle, I think, between Ford and Lola. As you mentioned, Lola having 3 cars in the points. Ford will have second and third. So the rounding up of the last podium positions for them is huge.
Well, don't sleep on Ferrari. You know, Chesko did have a pretty good showing considering everything. You know, P4, I wouldn't count Ferrari out. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, that is good, but does he have the teammates to help the manufacturer? Because Chesko's performance alone is probably not going to be enough if Napa and Anthony
Ferrari,
and Michael and Honey and Ollie are all doing well.
I mean, Ferrari has Zed and Nico both proven to be very good at the road courses, so we'll have to see.
As what a way to kick off the season. The Lola. We did not expect this. We were probably expecting maybe a Ford or a Ferrari to win. But no, a Lola comes to victory lane for the first time this season.
And
The results are official. Anthony Anderson is going to win 2 races in a row on 2 separate days. He won the Truck Series race last night, and now he's won the sports car race. But here's the question, guys. Will he win tomorrow?
I think it's only fun that we can maybe just theorize about it for now, but tomorrow, you know, there's going to be a lot more focus on Anthony than there has been probably in his entire career, to be honest. He can win 3 races in one weekend. That would be insane. That would be absolutely insane. And one of them was a super speedway. That is hard to do. That is really difficult, and he's showing his might right now.
All right, well, I think it's time we conduct probably post-race interviews. We're going to start off. The winner has not showed up, so we're going to start off with second place. Michael, how did your race go, and how do you think you did good in the Ford?
Bro, I did really good, I think, for my first race in the series. I haven't had a lot of pace in a lot of these other series recently, and I showed up here and I felt good. So I'm happy with my Ford team. You know, we had a really good pit stop, but you know, unfortunately, I made the mistake. I told my team take 2 cans. I should have took 1 can. I could have saved like Anthony. I think Anthony crossed the line with like 3-something gallons, so he saved enough. Once I got to like 15 or so minutes remaining, I just started a full push because I was like, oh, I can make it to the end. I should have took 1 can. So it was a pit stop mistake for me, but we'll get him at Hockenheim.
Speaking of Hockenheim, how do you think you're going to do entering West Germany?
Honestly, I don't know. It's a long straight track. It's kind of hard to be fast at those tracks, so I'm a little worried. It's not as a complex track. I'm good at these, you know, complex, like car cornering tracks, low speed corners. So I don't know. We'll try our best.
I do have a question for Michael. So your teammate Napa finished P3, so it is you and Napa getting second and third. Very good results. I think you guys are very close or tied with Lola right now. So how do you just feel about, you know, your other 2 teammates just being absolutely nowhere today? Like, you know, how's that going to affect the team dynamics going into Hockenheim?
Definitely gonna have a team meeting about that. I think the Fords were not working together well at all today. One of them actually almost held me up near the ending there. So it's very disappointing that they just don't have the pace. So we need a little bit more practice from them. We need some more qualifying pace, and then we just need to be on the same strategy. Like, it's just off strategy for all of them. It's just not working.
And quick follow-up. You know, one of your drivers, Grez, actually hit Ollie off the track while he was 2 laps down. So, any comments on that?
All I know is that all the penalties that come to the race results are post-race instead of during the race. So, you know, if they send clips of whatever, I can always penalize it. I do not use the stream.
All
You
right.
will be 2 points behind Lola right now.
Well, before we go on to the next person, Bubba, I just got to let you know, your voice is still sweet as honeydew melon. Anyways. All right, let's interview the winner. He is finally here. Anthony
There we go.
in the Lola, you performed the perfect weekend. Fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying, fastest in the race, and the winner of the race. How does that make you feel?
I cannot believe I just did that. I'm out of my mind right now. I won 2 in a row. I've never done that before in my life. Yo, I'm shocked. I did not think I was the fastest today, cause Bubble, he's a monster when it comes to road courses, and I'm not really that good at road courses. Like it like really shocked me.
A lot of
You think you're gonna
enthusiasm, Anthony. I do have a quick question. You said yesterday you almost never get wins, and now you're on track to maybe get 3 in a row in one weekend. How is that going to affect you tomorrow in karts?
Um, I got a lot of confidence for tomorrow. I think maybe I can go 3 in a row, but that's not likely. But I believe I can do it.
All right.
I think you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I will be keeping an eye on you tomorrow during the broadcast. But that is Anthony, your winner. All right, let's interview the last man of the night, Chesko. What is
Hello.
up, dude? You finished 4th. You were the best finishing Ferrari. Does that make you feel good at all?
I mean, definitely lower than I was hoping for, but I'm not mad at it.
You were running 3rd all day until pit stop troubles came along. Would you mind telling me what happened?
So pretty much, RNG just kind of determines your race. So I had a 40-second slower stop than the guy that pitted at the same time as me, Bubble. I had a 220-second stop, so Ferrari crew gotta get their stuff together. I don't know what's going on.
All right. Well,
Chesko,
maybe.
I'll let you go.
All right. Well, maybe you could see change in West Germany at the Hockenheim.
Yeah, definitely hoping so. It definitely had some good pace today, just couldn't pull a result. Had a bad pit stop strategy too.
And DJ, you were gonna ask your question?
Yeah, so Chesko, I mean, you managed to catch up to, well, I mean, you almost catched up to Honey at the end. I think you were a little bit off of Napa. I mean, P4 is nothing to scoff at. You were the highest finishing Ferrari. I mean, how are you just going to work with your Ferrari teammates to just do better at the next race? I mean, I think Zed had to go or something, but I just don't really remember anyone else really being up there, unlike you. You were really close up there, and I don't know. I mean, any comments on that?
I mean, it's really nothing more than practice. Like, I'm showing up to all the tests, and my teammates just aren't. Like, the tests are the greatest way to get practice, so that's what it mostly boils down to.
Yeah, real quick,
Yeah.
there's a battle going on between you and Ali and Napa for that last podium position for a while, and then Grez was just smack dab in the middle of all of it. I think the last bit of it that I saw was him full sending Ali into turn 1 and hitting him off the track. What can you say about conduct from Grez in that whole scuffle, and is there any clips that maybe you or Ollie or Napa, anyone to send in for review of a possible penalty?
I mean, yeah, Gross's conduct, especially given he was 2-3 laps down, just holding up guys all battling for position. Kind of just ridiculous, honestly. Like, pushed me off, held me up by like multiple seconds. Just kind of ridiculous behavior. Hopefully he changes it going forward.
All right. That is going to conclude everything that has happened here at the MandlaRing. From everybody here at MCRN, I am Puff, that's DJ, that's Little Man, and we will see you in West Germany at the Hockenheim Ring. Bye.
Bye-bye.